Hey everybody, what is up? Tim here, back again for Droid Life, taking a look at the all-new LG V60 Thin-Q 5G and the LG Dual Screen, aka just the LG V60. Come on everybody, what's up with this? You don't need every letter in the alphabet and half the numbers. Come on now. Anyway, I know some of you might be in the self-isolation, bored out of your mind, so allow me to, brighten up your day a little bit. Going to go ahead, unbox this device, show you what it's like with the dual screen setup and all that. If you haven't already seen my full hands-on that we did, what was that, last month I believe? Or was it just earlier this month? I don't know. Anyway, we've got this phone, it's available this week. Let's go ahead and unbox it, dive right in. Here we go. Alright, so I'm a super nice guy. Didn't go ahead and cut it open for you just in case some of you like to see that. Oh, I should probably be cutting away from myself. Again, everyone, safety first. Since I got the knife out, let's go ahead. Am I going to need a knife for this? It appears so. We're going to go ahead and just like that. And, just in case I need to, I'll cut the bottom as well. So, knife off to the side, dual screen, cut open. V60 Thin-Q 5G. We've got some T-Mobile branding. I have a T-Mobile unit. Well, now that we're talking about T-Mobile, let me quickly go over the price. So, $800 starting price. Every carrier is doing what every carrier does, and they're pricing this thing differently because LG doesn't seem like they can't boss these carriers around and say, hey, here's how much the phone is going to be. So, I think it's $800 on T-Mobile. I want to say, $900 on AT&T, and then $950 on Verizon. But T-Mobile is not including the dual screen. I don't know. I'll put the correct information right here, but it's sort of ridiculous. I wish there was just one price on each carrier. Everyone makes it so difficult. Nothing really else to see on the box. Qualcomm, blah, blah. LG Gate, BC, blah, blah. 5G. Ooh. 5G, everybody. Watch out. 5G. We've got a little cleaning cloth here. I do appreciate that. Yeah, these are very nice. I always like having those around with these all glass phones. Oh boy, so here we go. Here's the device, all pretty like. Let's go ahead and rip all this off, I suppose, if I can figure out how. Oh, there we go. So on the back here, little tabby. There we go. Okay. So this thing is a monster. I already did a hands-on, so I'm pretty familiar with the hardware itself. But it is large and in charge. Holy moly. This device's back cover and battery are non-removable. Forcibly removing the back cover or battery can lead to safety hazards. Well, yeah. I suppose LG has to do that because for the longest time they were allowing for, removable batteries. So maybe they just have to let their buyers know, like, hey, you probably, you shouldn't do that with these new phones. Anyway, so here it is. Ugh, looking terrible already. I need that micro cloth. Why do they do that? Why do they put so many stickers on there? Ugh, terrible. Anyway, this is the white version. There's also a blue version available. Back's looking pretty good. Nice and reflective, actually. And then, of course, front display. I'll go ahead and power this on. We'll go over specs here in just a second. Let me show you what else is in the box. LG V60 Thin-Q, powered by Android. Look at that. That'd be a good thumbnail right there. Cheese. Anyway. So I'll let that do its thing. We've got a T-Mobile SIM, blah, blah, blah. LG is committed to something or other, peace of mind, confident. It's some type of guarantee. Turn your phone into a digital wallet with LG Pay. Hey, I haven't gotten there yet. I'm not talking about specs. Let's see what else we got. Documentation, SIM removal tool. I don't really need to open that, do I? USB-C to USB-C cable. Wall adapter. USB-C. Very nice. Ooh, certified USB fast charger, 25 watt. Love it when they just show you what it is. I don't have to go digging. Great. 25 watt fast charging. That's the box. I don't need none of this. Let's go ahead and talk about specs and look at this beautiful device. So, LG V60 Thin-Q 5G. Large, 6.8 inch. It's a full HD plus POLED full vision display. Little significant amount of bezel here, but not too bad. Very similar to, LG's past devices here. Still has the cutout up top, or the little notch guy. Very similar to what the Essential phone kind of looked like back in the day if you need some, a comparison there. 2460 by 1080, that's 395 pixels per inch. So nothing too crazy, no quad HD, and there's also no enhanced refresh rate. It's 60 hertz. Nothing too special in the display department. Not 120, not 90, not nothing. Inside, Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 with the X55 5G modem, 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage with the micro SD support. On the side here, you've got your volume buttons, your Google Assistant key. On the bottom, USB-C, 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, stickers. Oh, and it's not even a single sticker. It's like multiple stickers. Oh, that is rude. OCD, about to explode. Oh, that was like a baby sticker. What is this? Anyway, right side, power button. On top, you've got your SIM and micro SD slot, another sticker, and another one. Please, someone insert DJ Khaled into the video. Another one. Oh, goodness. All right. Rear cameras. So we've got a couple of them, except there's only 2 technically. LG will tell you there's 3. There's technically only 2. We've got a 64 megapixel standard f1.8 with pixel bending to 16 megapixels, plus a 13 megapixel super wide lens. So there's 2 cameras, the standard and the super wide, plus the TOF, the time of flight sensor. On the front, 10 megapixel, this guy right there, camera, boom, right there, 10 megapixel, 5,000 milliamp hour battery, large battery with quick charge 4.0, so it can charge very quickly. The size, 218 grams, feels pretty good in hand. I'm coming from the S20 Ultra, which is also rather large, so this is nothing new to me. Again, 5G, 4G LTE connectivity, 3.1 compatible on the USB. Comes in classy white and classy blue. Stereo speakers, in-display fingerprint reader. It's got the 32-bit hi-fi quad DAC, LG's 3D sound engine, HDR 10 plus video capture, IP68 water and dust resistance, LG Pay, which is MST and NFC, so like Samsung Pay, you can pay with LG Pay at virtually any credit card terminal, except you have to have a bank that's supported by LG Pay, or I should say your bank has to support LG Pay. And let me tell you, that list is not big. If you thought it took a long time for Samsung Pay to kind of be adopted by the banks, just wait till you find out about LG Pay. So that's the hardware, that's the specs. Again, $800 starting price. I want to dive in here, and so we got that welcome screen booted up. Let's go ahead, look at the dual screen here, unbox that. Then we'll get everything set up, and we'll give you a little software tour here. How to install dual screen, how to remove dual screen. I don't need that. Although, strangely enough, when I was at their presser, they mentioned on how to remove it, and they just said, just press on the camera housing. Big, like, okay, that's what I want to do. Not that that's a bad thing. I mean, I'm sure it's a very durable device, but it's just like, I wish there was maybe a better way to do it. I don't know, here's the dual screen here. Whoa. Some type of connector thingy. Don't know exactly what that's for. I'll probably have to read the quick start guide. I don't have personal experience with these. I assume it's for, boy, I don't even know. I'll have to look into that. Anyway, here's the dual screen. So the dual screen specs, another 6.8 inch, 20.5 by 9. That's the aspect ratio, full HD plus POLED. So same exact thing that's on the V60, just doubled. And if you want me to quickly show you here, you just got that, plop it in, and there you go. Boom. You've got your dual screen and everything. Not for sale. Nice little cutout here for the camera housing. You can still access all your buttons. Dual screen looks like it works straight out of the box. Boom. LG dual screen. You can access your time, all that good stuff. Little hinge system. It's actually kind of cool because you can bend it all the way back and sort of have like this kind of dual thing going. You can have game pads going on, whole bunch of fun. And now I have to learn Russian so I can switch it back to English. So yeah, fantastic. Da. Anyway, I'm gonna get this all set up. Let's go on the old software tour and let's get right into it. All right, and we are back. We are all set up here, looking good. Of course, knock-on screen still available. Absolutely love it. Fingerprint reader in the display. So, real quickly here, I'll show you just a few things. Diving right into the settings menu here. If we scroll all the way down, system, what is it, about phone, software info, Android version 10. Tap on that. See, we can confirm Android 10. Looking good. Scroll out of there. So real quick, and before I forget, this little guy, from the dual screen, just the old charging adapter thingy. So let's go ahead, we'll dive right in here. So here's what you do. You take this out, you put that in there, you push it in there. Now it's all set up. Now the phone is going to, that dual screen display is going to turn on when I hit that button. Now we've got 2 screens. So very handy when you're trying to multitask. If you're a multitasker or a gamer or it's pretty much just good for multitaskers. If you like doing multiple things at once, obviously a very nice accessory to have. And the fact that on most carriers, LG is giving it away for free with the price, with the $800+ of the device. Not a bad little accessory to have. I mean, it's basically their answer to foldables, right? Instead of having to build a $2,000 phone, why not just have one device with an accessory that easily turns your device into this massive, what would that be, almost like 14-inch display? So not bad at all to have. When you're inside of certain applications, you can switch things over, swap screens, whole bunch of different sort of little things you can do here. So I'll just at least show you the menu here. So swap screens, show main on dual screen, which is what we're doing right now. Show dual screen on main, and then put main screen to sleep, and then turn it off completely. So when you're in certain applications, and LG talked about this, especially certain Google applications, you're going to be able to expand those applications across the entirety of the dual screen setup. So say if you're watching YouTube, you can have a big old YouTube video going on simultaneously. So just a nice little thing to keep in touch. On the front here, you do have a 2.1-inch mono display, just mono color, I assume. Shows you the time, the date, battery level, etc. And then, so real quickly here, that charging adapter here. So on the bottom, you'll see it's a new setup here. It's a pin setup. So all you do is just place that on there magnetically and then charge it via USB. I'm totally new to dual screen, so I didn't know. I just thought that was some weird thing that they were including. But then to remove it, they say kind of peel it back from these sides. But I had the pro tip from LG, and I don't know if y'all want to do this, but I just had it open, and I would just kind of lightly press on that camera housing on the sides there, and then just slide it up, and then there you go. Your phone is open. Not much else to show off really. Again, you've got this Google Assistant button here on the left side to quickly access Google Assistant. Very nice. There's no squeezy sides like on a Pixel or anything. During setup, you can choose if you want to have a dedicated app home button or kind of like app screen button. Comes with the Android 10 gestures out of the box, which is nice. And what's also nice is that LG's launcher app comes with Google Discover built in. Absolutely beautiful. I wish that was an option on other devices. Samsung does their own Samsung Daily thing, which is super obnoxious. This skin is very similar. I know we heard about LG kind of redoing their skin, but it's really not that much different. They've kind of bolded some things, they've given some things some color, but really, I mean, it still kind of looks the same. It should perform just fine, but I was sort of hoping for more of like a total rework, kind of like what we saw for One UI and Samsung. But it's kind of more of the same. Looks very similar. It's very much LG. And if you're an LG fan, that's not necessarily a bad thing. But if you're trying to like get back into it like I am, it might be a little difficult here. They do have a wallpaper and theme option, so you can kind of mess with that stuff if you aren't really a fan. And of course, LG does have some sweet wallpapers. They've always been pretty good in the wallpaper game, so not mad at all. As long as we got some sweet wallpapers, yeah, that's not bad looking at all. So anyway, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know down in the comments section below. I'll try not to keep you for too long. Again, $800 starting price for the V60 ThinQ LG, has 5G, brand new A65 processor. I mean, it's got a lot of good things, and for $800, it's not bad at all. It's got that quad DAC, which I know LG fans love. It's got the 3.5mm headphone jack, and it's got this dope dual screen. You just put it right in, and boom, and you're like off to the races. That's not a bad thing at all. Especially if you want to get into, watching things or, multitasking, what have you. So anyway, we will catch you next time. Again, throw everything down in the comment section if you got any questions, comments, and stay safe out there. Wash your hands, stay inside. Don't take any chances. Don't take risks. Treat each other well, and we'll catch you next time with Droid Life. Peace.